Women's institutes were a vital, active part of the community that helped its members learn new skills and promoted change in the area of health and safety. The first Women's Institute was organized at Stony Creek, Ontario, when Adelaide Hoodless spoke to a group of women from the district and urged the formation of an institution to parallel the Farmers' Institution. The idea of an institution for women became a success, and branches of women's institutes were in every province of Canada, Britain, Belgium, France, New Zealand, South Africa, and India. On February 14, 1916, 16 women gathered at the home of Mrs. Anne Diamond on the Burford Road to hear Mrs. Morehouse from the department in Toronto talk about the work of the Women's Institute. During this meeting, Mrs. Hudson Jennings was elected president, with Mrs. D. Minshaw and Mrs. Anne Diamond being elected as vice presidents, and Mrs. Beatrice Jennings being elected secretary. In the beginning of the Oakhill Women's Institute, the majority of focus went to aiding the war effort. Red Cross work was organized at the very first meeting, and many women from Mount Vernon and Mount Pleasant became members of the Institute because there was no organization in their community. During the remainder of the war, over 600 pairs of socks were knitted, with over 100 parcels being sent overseas. Pictured here is the Institute picnic in the summer of 1940. The Oakhill Women's Institute met on the afternoon of the first Wednesday in the month at the homes of its members. The meetings included a variety of roll calls, demonstrations, contests, exchanges, and special speakers, as well as the business of the day. The members of the Institute profited from the courses offered. Some of these courses included sewing, rug making, home nursing, and the making of paper flowers. The Oakhill School and the school children were one of the Institute's main interests. In the early days, the members assisted in making costumes for drills and supplied judges for sewing and baking contests. In one occasion, some members took the school children to tour some of Brantford's industrial plants. The Institute bought a piano for the school and even paid for the first musical instruction there. The Women's Institute also helped pay for a school nurse, hot lunches, books for the library, pictures for the wall, and provided a magazine for the use of the students. The needs of others were always a concern of the Oakhill Institute. Members sent cards or flowers to the sick, and sent boxes or calendars at Christmas to some of the elderly people in the community. Many social events in the community were sponsored by the Women's Institute, including garden parties, picnics, and the Strawberry Festival. The activities of the Women's Institute were not meant to just be a pleasant way to spend the afternoon for its members. It was meant to be a learning experience and a way to have leadership within the community. The Oakhill Women's Institute ran until 1993. At this time, women's institutes became less popular because they had successfully solved problems within their community. Women's institutes helped encourage home economics to be taught in schools, and with the hard work of their members, home economics were added to the school curriculum. The Oakhill Women's Institute will always be remembered for their involvement in the community and their work that they did to help make their society a better place. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video on Jane Laycock in the orphan home.